glasses. Hey, what y'all listening to? It's a chess song. Written by moi. Music arranged by moi. Sung by songstress Alexander Rhoda. Yes. And the video, if you go to Neighbors Chess Song, Neighbors TV Chess Song, don't start me. Um, you'll see the video. And the video is edited by me and Matthew Gillespie. Ooh, yo. Just walking down to the basement. Yes. Thank you so much. Well, really the benefit is yours. Really, truth be told. I mean, I'm up and live, but what I'm doing, these numbers is working. So if you get these numbers, then the benefit is yours for coming to my channel. See what I'm saying? But anyway, they said that that's not good YouTube decorum. I'm just gonna say, oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And not see myself as being a benefit or giving the benefit. Well, maybe that's why I ain't got. Maybe that's why I ain't got a lot of things with the YouTubes. Anyway, y'all, my name is Vicky. I'm the host of the Denmark Vesey 6-number shake. This is how we do our program. I read last week's numbers that I shook, and my interpretation of the numbers or Tamika Anthony's interpretation of the numbers. Okay. Something seems a little... I must be having steam come off me from walking down this basement because I can't get these glasses clean. I used to be upset about my glasses being crooked, but I've seen so many videos. I was like, okay, I'm regular. And what we do, and I read the interpretations, and then we shake the next numbers. So, let me start off. You guys are not going to believe this. When it hit me, it knocked my socks off. It literally knocked my socks off. Okay. So, let me say I want to start in order of what's on our community. Oh, I mean, I think I'm supposed to hold this live or something like that. I don't know. Here we go. Let me see. Okay. So, here's the numbers from that. I'm just looking for. Okay. I didn't do it. Anyway, hold on. Okay. I did it here, but it was 13 days ago. Forgive me, y'all. I have been neglectful of my YouTube community. Oh, is there something on my lip? Besides my lip? Anyway. So last week's numbers that we shook. Here's what from the community post. Here is numerologist and scientist Tamika Anthony Piat's interpretation of Sunday Denmark VC 6-number shake numbers. Thank goodness we have Tamika, who sees higher and further than me. I just mostly see what the civil rights ancestors see. Please support Tamika Anthony's product. And then I give it and I said thank you. So, Tamika says, okay, no, here's the last one. Last week's number, 4919. And we had a question about that, whether it was 19 or 16. And Tamika said it's 19 because 1 and 9 is 10, which is 1. which is the most powerful number. And I was like, maybe that's why I turned it over itself. Because if you look at the video last week, I had it at 16. I was like, I'm going to see what Tamika says. But apparently I turned it the right way. Okay. 54, 52, 24, and 11. Okay. And this is what Tamika says. Karma will be swift this week. Good and bad. Tables are turning this week, which is why the 13 is starting things off. 9 plus 3. 13. But there... Okay, something else here. But, hold on, y'all. But there will definitely be a storm before the calm. So just ride the wave as divine is shaking things. 11. 7/2 plus 5. To balance them out, 6. 5 plus 4 equals 9. Represents endings. So that's what Tamika saw from out the numbers. And of course, oh, wait a minute. She ain't finished. Okay. Oh, represent endings. Destruction of relationships that no longer serve you. And 1 plus 9 equals 10, which is 1. I just said that. Represents new beginnings. You will also notice. You'll also notice the shifting timeline and time moving much slower. Now this, she got me with. She got me with that. Time moving much slower than it has been to work through all the cosmic shift. Make sure to hydrate. Not my problem. Okay. And then, of course, we have the... Hey, Jonathan. Hi. And then we have the Denmark Vesey 6-number shake. We have Tamika's product. Of course, we have her link to her products. And then that's Tamika's interpretation, which is good. She started out saying, karma will be swift this week. And boy, is it. Listen. See is see. And no is no. Okay. Alright, here we go. So now, I put in my interpretation before Tamika. And I put, this is opening on our community page. Usually my first Facebook post on Monday is my interpretation. Somehow tonight I take the glass off. I could be perfectly before. Is my interpretation of Denmark VC 6-number shake numbers. I'm a child of the civil rights ancestors, and the only baby booming I know is white man America kabooming us. Oh, hi. What do you say, Jonathan? I'm very well, Jonathan. How are you? Listen, I think the reason most African Americans can't connect with their ancestors is because they insult them by calling them parents of baby boomers. Our ancestors are parents of civil rights fighters like me. Thank you for your support and for subscribing. And this is what I posted. Poor Grinder. They lost a good one. Ukraine Grinder. Grinder app, you could have done a better job of pairing Lady Graham with a gay lover. Whoever did whatever they did at the Grinder meetup with Lady Graham, thank you. We could have been stuck with that closeted gay bigot, alabaster American household, Confederate loser for another decade. Did I call him enough names? I was down for 3 days, y'all. Yeah. When you get old, you can't go and take a lot of prescriptions and stuff like that. Believe it or not, just putting your body down for 3 days tops, it allows the body to heal whatever it heals. What? And now I'm down hitting this dry base. Give me a minute. Is Lady Graham number 2 of the set of 3 deaths? I spoke to Mitch, the old Confederate loser, on the phone for 20 minutes. So though they say Mitch is brain dead, I asked, hasn't he always been? Is Mitch number 2 of the set of 3 deaths? In closing, will Senator Lady Graham have a rainbow flag, a Confederate flag, a British Israel flag, the United States flag, and or the South Carolina flag draped over his coffin? Please answer below. Thank you. And then he puts here, Senator Lindsey Graham is boom, 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 ding, 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 ding. I don't think they can give me that. Do you think YouTube would know what I was saying, what I was doing? I did say I'm fine, dear Jonathan. Anyway, so now before we get into the numbers, y'all, I have to tell you, it knocked me out of my chair. So, you know how I put up don't kick me out, Mike Minucci. Thank you very much. I'm sure I ain't liking this. There's so much dust in this basement. I'm just gonna sit tall. I used to do lung stretching exercises. Y'all see this? Money Market Monday. Yes. Y'all remember how I told y'all how this came about? It was after Juneteenth. I poured the libations, and the ancestor said, "Turn those numbers loose. Turn those numbers loose." They getting the numbers from the the stock market stuff is numbers. Everything's numbers. Turn those numbers loose. Let folks use those numbers. And I was like, well, I'm in it for the interpretation, and Tamika's interpretation. Well, so this morning I tell you that there's certain clues that the thing commandeered the Oval Office. The criminals. They have certain cues that they use, and I told you all about that too. That's what I listened to hear during the week. At certain times, strategically, he'll mention tariffs, of course. He'll mention just even saying Iran. Numbers start flying. Excuse me, what else? I said tariff, yeah, war. So, I was on the YouTube streets. You always find me on the YouTube streets. And, I'm like, okay, let me, see what's, going on over here. And I'm walking around. So I was like, okay, let me post something on Facebook. I saw something, and I went over there and posted it. And it was Money Market Monday. So I tried to do it on Facebook. And I took Kanye's West. That's what I found on YouTube also. I found Kanye's West song. Oh, this basement is dusty. I got my nose going and everything. I found Kanye's West song. Gold Digger. So I said, oh, we got all the cues. The war, the tariffs, and something else I can't remember now, but y'all be listening. Those is cues to the rich people. It could be telling them what stock market to go to. Oh yeah, and also he had his speech on Thursday. It was so many cues. He was basically telling them, put your money here, put your money here, put your money here. Anyway, so I found Kanye's West song, Gold Digger. I said, well, let me post this, on Facebook. Post. And I put Gold Digger to it. Did I have it upside down? Oh my goodness. I could not get Facebook to take it. All I put at the top, I said, he has mentioned tariffs, he's mentioned war, And my page is public, so you can go over there and see it. And these are his signs. Get to your lottery agent. Numbers is numbers. They kept kicking it out. Facebook kept kicking it out. Kept kicking it out. Kick it. So by the fourth time I'm putting it in, I'm like, wait a minute here now. It can't be Kanye's song. I got the song from Facebook. So I'm like, listen, I'm an old nobody. So I can't be nothing. They can't possibly be thinking that by me promoting anyone who hears my voice to go to their state lottery agent and uh, play a number because it's going to your state. And even if you win, you win. And if you don't win, you still win because it's to your state. Hi, Vergrint. Hi, probably saying the name wrong. So, first of all, I'm like, now you just an old black lady. They ain't paying you no attention. Sometimes I gotta bring myself down when I think too high of myself. And I was like, well, why wouldn't Facebook, why is Facebook kicking me out with the Money Market Monday? And me promoting our state, telling you go to your state. You want to invest in your state. Stop listening to these Askenasties. Of course they're telling you to go to the stock market. Wait till I finish the story. Anyway. So, I put it back in. And I said, fourth try. And I put Kanye's song. And it goes through. So I said, wow, that's curious. There's no way the numbers from the state lotteries could have anything or any effect on the stock market. Two different arenas. Anyway, so I'm sitting there, I'm thinking, I'm vibing, and it comes to me. It's random. You know, in 3 years, it'll be the 100th anniversary of the crash of the stock market. I mean the big crash. Where mostly European Americans was living out in tents and under tents and different things like that. So I was like, wow, okay. That was a big one, 1929. Yeah. And I was like, what do you mean it's going to crash again in 2029? They don't have the power to control that. That's what they told us. That's what I was in school. That's what they said. Us playing the numbers and playing our state numbers and stuff like that is not supposed to have any effect on the stock market. I'm saying build up our state. Okay, anyway. So, I'm like, what are you talking about? It's going to crash. They said, and right in my head, I remember the Congress confirming all these financial people. I mean, these financial people got records for digging up through the ground into banks and stealing money. That's man. And they putting them through. So that hit me now. I'm like, holy crap. They can do that. I was like, nah. But I do study history and different things, especially stuff I like. But also, in 1929, that was right after World War I. And two things happened different times. 1920, World War I read in the book, Wars and Racket, made 20,000 millionaires. But now, I remember reading about Germany and World War I at that time. And after they lost that war, it was disastrous for them. According to them, now we know they lie about everything. But if it's a lie, if if it's a lie, they told me. And everything was so horrible in Germany, and nobody had nothing, and nobody could do anything. And then, 1929, the American stock market crashes. Not for the wealthy, for the poor and the middle class whites. Hi, Virgin. And I was like, whoa. And then that's when it came through. Not black people. We didn't put our money in y'all stock market circles. We had numbers. They used to call it the horse races. They used to call it so many things. There were so many things that the community could invest in, or as they call it, bet on. That we kept that money circling within our community, that when y'all was crashing, it ain't had nothing to do with us. I remember asking my grandmother, I said, Grammy, what happened to you? Because I had already been taught, oh, it was horrible, oh, it was horrible, it was horrible, and terrible, and all this kind of stuff. So I said, Grammy, how did you make it when the stock market crashed? She said, same way I made it before it crashed. And then she said pot liquor and cornbread. But she sold. She sold clothes. She sewed clothes. She baked cakes. She was a great candy ear person. Candy, apples, stuff like that. It was so funny that my sister had said to me that her mother, she's my half sister, her mother said to her to watch out for our father because he likes sweet things. I never saw that in him. But knowing his mother, my grandmother, she made candy apples. We used to call them chili bears. They called it Italian icy, because when I went down there and said, you want a chili bear, Vicky? I was like, oh yeah. And I tasted it, I was like, oh, this is Italian icy. So my grandfather was a carpenter and a farmer, and of course, so our world wasn't connected to them like that. So then I got the whole thing. I've been posting for you now. Separate ourselves from them. Separate yourself. Separate yourself. Separate yourself. And then, in that one thing, it's coming 3 years. It's going to be the 100th anniversary of the largest crash of the stock market. I was like, oh. They got the 250th celebration for America. Listen, Jeffrey and them was sitting in that plane. They was a plotting. I don't even know if this video is going to make it anywhere, but they wasn't just doing that. They hit the 250th anniversary. But this part, to literally take all the money out the stocks from the stock market and crash it. Ashkenazis don't build, they destroy. And that's why African ancestors have been telling us, and I've been posting, separate ourselves from these white people. It's same thing that happened to them 100 years ago. I tell you, they don't do nothing different. They don't change. And I was seeing these confirmations, and I'm like, he just got out of jail 2 years ago, and he want to be over the financial department or something. I'm like, ooh. He still got jail sweat. What is he out there doing? And I couldn't for the life of me figure out. These Ashkenazis are the Republican, conservative, Christian, and Jew. Remember, the race is Ashkenazi. The religion is either Jewish or Christian. A religion cannot be a race of people. The Ashkenazis are a race of people, the most violent, the most brutal, and the most destructive, as you can clearly see. So that's what I'm saying. Invest now states, y'all. Play your little lottery number, get your little taxes, whatever you have to pay. Get your state and city stuff strong. Because this is going to be the. I thought it was going to be them trying to arrest him, to impeach. Also, that's why they don't care. That's why the Republicans are. They don't care if the Democrats win. This is all an act. Remember, the liars, the grifters, the fake. The best confidence man is a liar. They don't care if the Democrats get in. Go ahead and get in, they say. They are going to, bam, crash the market. Under who? The Democrats. They wasn't flying around on that Jeffrey plane for nothing, honey. Flying around, diddling little girls and eating them too. Had they French cook with a little wine over them. Yes. So that's what I got. And it was all from Facebook kicking me out. Now, like I said, go back and do your history. When the market crashed before, they had just come out of World War One, European, and basically, when they want money, they come to the stock market and stuff like that. That's why they play. That's why that thing in the Oval Office, his words can make it go up or down. And for some reason, you find stability in that. I don't. I don't. I don't. It's like if I rent a house and I'm paying on it, but when you tell me to get out, I gotta leave. But then when you tell me to come back in, I gotta come back in. No. No. I ain't doing none of that. So stay away from it. So that's what it was. Yes, play the numbers. Invest in your state. Yes, I mean, you ain't gonna go to the state and say, here, I'm paying extra tax dollars. But the market is gonna crash. They're gonna crash it in, what is it, 2.5 years from now? Also, when they go to get rid of the thing stinking up the Oval Office, honey, I call it I said the war for Washington, D.C. I should have said the fight for Washington, D.C. Ooh, child. Y'all gonna see all them underground things. I can't wait to see that reflection pool open up and missiles come up out of it. I'm telling you, one gonna be headed towards the Lincoln Monument. The other one is gonna be headed to the Washington Monument. One's gonna be headed towards Capitol Hill, and the other one's gonna be headed where them Supreme Court people is. Ask the Nazis don't build, they destroy. And you're not getting their leader out of the Oval Office. And then behind that, because it's the 2028 elections, the Democrats win. I'm talking about getting him out on the midterm vote. I'm talking about getting him out on the midterm votes, 2026. It doesn't start happening to 2027. But that's when we're going to find out that you can't get rid of him. He ain't leaving. That's when you're going to find out, the reflection pool and stuff like that. And knowing the history of Germany, as I do, everybody else European, they tend to bow to them. They tend to bow to them. They went all through Europe, these Ashkenazis, terrorizing countries. Not me and you, Joe Smo. Countries. So much so that when America joined World War II, they bundled them up and got them out. Oh, those who stayed in Germany had to make an oath that they ain't going to attack the government and go around crazy. But everybody else was put on in Australia, New Zealand. Some ran back because the wars and stuff like that. They ran to South Africa, and it was apartheid, so they loved that, honey. Um, they put it all the South American countries, every last one. You want to know why Castro kicked them out? These were Ashkenazis. Castro didn't want them in Cuba because they said, "Oh, we're going to dump these Ashkenazis who are basically barbaric uh, destroyers. You see how they war and everything." And Castro was like, "No, no, no, you ain't, no, 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 get them out. Get their fucking people out. They're going to destroy Cuba." Anyway, so they've been hating on it ever since. So they put them there. Then they put them all in Venezuela, Argentina, Ecuadorian. They took those Ashkenazis out of Europe and dumped them in every South American country. And of course, they dumped them in America. Then I gotta hurry up and get the numbers. But then this hit me because I was thinking about them Epsteiners. So remember the Prince guy that ain't Prince? Hi, Emir. Hi, Angelo. Maybe lose my train of thought. That's probably why I don't say hi. Oh, the Prince guy. You remember when they found out that his name was on the Epstein list and in the files, how they just broke him down to nothing. And I was thinking, how harsh. But going back in memory, reading, you read a lot of stuff you don't know, but then it comes to put it together. It was supposed to be the Brits that was supposed to keep their eye on all these Ashkenazis. Jeffrey Epstein was never supposed to get them together on his plane. He was never supposed to get the Ashkenazis on his island. They were never supposed to group up like that again. Because when they do, you see what happened. They attack Iran. They attack Iraq. They threatened to attack Europe again. And it was because the Brits said they was going to keep their eye on the Ashkenazi. And Andrew got into the crew, but he was supposed to go back. Because remember, if you look at all of this coming out, it's when the Queen died. Queen Elizabeth. They were supposed to be keeping up with the Ashkenazis and what they're doing. And Andrew failed. He failed. And that's why he got busted so bad. Because now they're looking at the American Ashkenazis literally turning around and attacking Europe again. So this was all for nothing. You could have kept them over there and let them continue to attack you. You didn't have to send them to places where brown people was minding their business. We was chilling out. And then you had the nerve to tell us there was a religion. No human life form is religion. Humans are humans. So you tell us that they were some kind of special people, threw them in on us, and they destroyed every form of government, and they destroyed because they said we want it, and they were going to take it. We're going to use it. And they slowly dig out anything good, anything decent, anything that can grow from a community. They take it out. So, y'all start investing in your cities, your towns, whatever, play your numbers, go to your state. Go to your lottery agents. I'm going to shake these numbers right now. They've been coming out good. Everybody's been happy. A lot of wonderful things have been happening because numbers are also lucky. And that's why I say play it on Money Market Monday, because you're going to get the extra amount. It's like energy. I don't know. Do y'all know about energy stuff like that? Y'all, you only know Bible stuff, right? Anyway, there is an energy. There is an energy. And that's what you tap into. And that energy is all them billionaires going to, because, and I thought about another thing why Facebook got upset because I was talking state lottery agents and I was talking about the stock market. But the stock market is just a like a like a casino or a gambling hall. But because they're wearing suits and looking at a screen, you give it more significance than folks waiting in line to play the numbers? No. I say the state is safer because I'm telling y'all, I'm telling y'all, they're gonna crash that market. They need the money for war. That's what I'm telling y'all. And after World War One, they need the money. It was so broke, so broke, so broke. They didn't have nothing. According to the history, they had nothing. Germany had nothing. Europe had nothing from World War One. And the stock market crashed. 1929. World War II started what? 1930 something. All you gotta do is crash the market, the stock market, and snatch the money. At least your state lottery agent is safer. He's safer. When you put your money with him, win, lose, or draw, you know you ain't gonna come back today and like the agency, the lottery agent is gone. You ain't got no one you can call and say, wait a minute, I see my numbers hit, but that lottery agent is closed and they got chains on it. That's not gonna happen. But that is gonna happen for the stock market. Don't be no fool. Don't be no fool, y'all. Ain't that something? I said, how they get mad at me? Because I'm saying, play your state numbers. And that because I put the song Gold Digger on Money Market Monday. I'm not buying your bullshit. Oh, it's the stock market. We wear suits. Thieves wear suits. Scammers wear suits. Liars wear suits. That don't mean a damn thing. Anyway, y'all go ahead and listen to them. And just like that, on the YouTube streets, all of a sudden I see all these black folks talking about, ew, invest in the stock market. Listen, your people made it. When the stock market crashed, you know who had money? Black people. But they would never talk about it. They were so mad. That was another reason why they started burning and robbing us. Because we had. Because we didn't combine our money with theirs. Everything you have seen, these astronauts, I've been here 68 years, 69 years this year, wow. And everything they have done is to destroy. War, destroy, get the money, steal. Get your politicians in, and you tell them that you give them 25% of whatever money they can secure for you. And then they get that 25%, now they're millionaires and that vote. I've watched that for years. Don't be no fool, black people. You want to double your money, if you want to do luck like that, go to your state lottery agent. Because I'm going to tell you something. Them astronauts, the British Israel gone. That's what I'm saying. Look at the time. Look at the time. They need money. They need money. And the last time they needed money this bad was 1929. And that's when the stock market crashed. And they need that money right now real bad. So they're going to talk you into taking your little change. They're going to ask all the unions to take your retirement money and put it in there. They're going to say, you buy into the stock market. Please buy it. And then you just, and it's all lies. was because they're going to crash it on the 100th anniversary of the crash of the stock market. 56, or as Tamika will say, 11. Did y'all hear that, Cole? That's the kind of stuff I've been kicking out, but I know how to do it. And for old people, just rest. That's what's the thing. I was like, oh, dang, I got this thing. Y'all know nothing is regulated in the United States, right? Everything's open to poisoning. Again, ask Nazis. They're not builders, they're destroyers of people, land, building. Look at the Palestine. Look at Palestinians. Look at what's going on. It's them. But they get ready to circle back. And the Europeans that kicked them out and sent them to make people who had nothing to do with that bullshit in Europe lives to live in hell. Payday's coming, and they're coming back for you. But they're gonna take care of these fools in America first, so don't worry about that. But they're gonna use America. Remember, there was I don't know. I used to hear parents say it. Like, say if they was punishing the kids, and they said, "I'll take your brother and beat you with him." So that's what the Ashkenazis going to do, because it was the Brits and the Americans that got the Ashkenazis out and put them all those places, New Zealand, Australia, Cuba, all the South American countries. Like I said, the other ones ran to South Africa, all the South American countries, and America. So when they come back, they're going to come back with a vengeance. So that's 56, and that's what it's 15. So, but they're going to be using America. They probably named, I don't know, the new British Israel or whatever. Who knows? Who knows? Just don't cotton to them. Just don't cotton to them. When they burn, let them burn alone. So yes, that's, you know what they say. Oh, I can't say. The French say it. Like the icing on the cake, the cherry on the top. For the Ashkenazi to sink that stock market again on the anniversary of the 100th year anniversary of the crash of the stock market, and the damn thing take out again. Number 20. Now listen, I'm telling you, they had them folks jumping off bridges, and they lied to us. They lied to us. Europe needed money. Europe needed money, and that's all the stock market is. How much money we got to take from America? Well, them fools is buying whatever. They buying futures. They buying air. Plenty of money for you to take from them dumb Americans. They buy futures. It ain't even got to be nothing. But they'll take their money and throw on it. And what? This is 2026. Okay, yeah. Like 2.5 years. 2.5 years. They're going to crash that market and think every dime. And here's another assignment they tell me. How do I know the stock market crash? What happened, just as the stock market was crashing in 1929, farmers lost their land. Does that sound familiar? Does that sound like something that happened? Go and do y'all history. It can't be any more clear than this. They lost their land. The bank started. Wait a minute. The bank started foreclosing. All part of the plan. They didn't sit in that Epstein plane diddling them kids for nothing. They're destroyers. They had to come up with a plan to destroy. This one be sitting good. And black people, when it happened in 1929, we didn't have our money tangled up with them. That's another reason why they were so mad. They was broke asses like they gonna be in 2.5 years. When the big crash, because you know these are Ashkenazis, and this group that's taking over Washington, that little tiny fingered man, the big, the great, the the bestest, the mostest, the bestest crushing of the stock market that will do the most damage on the world stage. Black people don't operate like that. We ain't in that circle. There's a lot of civilizations that ain't in that circle as far as the money go. And if you ain't in that circle, you're all right. So that's what I got from Facebook. Not letting me post Money Market Monday. And say, y'all go out there to those lottery agents. Go to those lottery agents. Lottery agents. 64. Which is, let's say it all together, as Tamika said, 6 plus 4 is 10, which is 1. And we started with the ones. It's going through. So it could be confirmation that what I'm telling y'all is good. You better get ready. But I remember not that in 1921, them folks was jumping off them buildings. They were jumping off the buildings because they had finally realized they was used. This is the stock market in America is where Europe gets their money, or foreign countries. Anyway, it's like their own private bank, but you have to have a lot of money, and you have to be down with the Ashkenazis and all other thieving European. The Ashkenazi came from the Ethiopians. They called cave people in Europe. But you have to know enough history to know that Africa bled into Europe and you ruled it for 8 centuries. But if your brain can't wrap around that, just skip. And the Ethiopians called them Ashkenazis, cave people. Now, the Moors came through, but the Moors came through out of Africa into Europe. Spain come around the side because there's a lot of war coming on, but they wound up in Russia. Now, what a lot of people ain't telling you about this war with Ukraine and stuff like that is, I remember the Russian people with their babushkas. They weren't always Christians. A lot of them are Muslims. Are the ones in Ukraine Muslims? Because the Russian ones are Christians. See what I'm saying? There's always going to be some But they're all people. And that's what they want to say. I must be nailing it. I can't wait to listen to this video later. Another one. Which is 10, remember? You just add it together. And I haven't seen this wrinkle boy in a long time. Wow. I better hurry up and get off of here. But play your state lottery, save your little money. I would say if you still feel like you want to invest, once once we start investing in our state, the state will have money. The state will have money. And the money that the state uses will be able to give you an interest when you buy the bonds. Because I see clearly now that stock market is just for Europeans. Stop, 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 stop. Y'all, 40, uh, your unions and stuff like that, they invest in it, and you get $40,000, $50,000 out the whole thing, and yay, I made it. And you never looked at the people who got 50 million, 50 billion. And I think that's what the crash in 1921 did. It made them the ones that said, I'm rich, 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 rich. It's the weeding. That's what it is. When the stock market crashes, it's the weeding process for rich people. Are you rich enough to survive a stock market crash? We're going to find out in 2.5 years. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And how does the stock market crash? They start moving, taking big money out of it. Out of it. Ain't nobody taking no big money out your lottery from your lottery agent. But I think I'm making very light of I think they think I'm making very light of the stock market, comparing it to the lottery and the lottery agents, because especially the Ashkenazis, they're liars. They're just liars extraordinaire. And if you don't look at the situation but hear what they're saying, you'll always get gaslighted. No. The state, they just can't come and take your money. If they stop playing lottery numbers, let me go ahead. But that stock market is just for them to pull money out of when they need it. What's it? They said this is the 1929 was the worst crash, but since then Europe has needed money since. They've crashed it about 2 or 3 times. America will crash it if they need money for war. That's why I'm trying to tell you it's going to be a crash, because the Democrats are coming in and they say no money for Iran. And the Ashkenazis are like, no, they need the money. And bam, crash the market. And what is crash the market? They just reach right in and snatch all that money out. So, play your lottery numbers. Especially on Money Market Monday. Now, I want y'all to check out these ones. So the numbers is 56, 56, which is 11, which is 1. Hi, Millie Cat. Hey, welcome, Millie Cat. Yes, thank you. Oh, yes, Millie Cat. You know I'm a racist. Then it's 15, which is 1, 5. Here's the 1, which is 6, but the 1 there. Then 20, no. Then we got 2. 64, 10, the 1 is back, and then I got the 10. So it's basically 10, 10. 11, 15, 10, 10. Wow, right? How you doing, Millie Cat? Oh, do you know what racist even is? Well, you've asked me that before, Millie Cat. And accordingly, I've gone with the definition from Elijah Muhammad, the Honorable Muslim leader Elijah Muhammad. And it makes perfect sense. He says a racist is really someone who knows their race very well. And I I can't tell you about a lot of other races, but us, I know about us. Our interaction with these other American folks know about that very well too. So maybe I'm a racist. What I'm not is a bigot. How about that? All right, here we go. And that's again with we're using ask the Nazis terms for a lot of stuff, and they're so base and they're so no. Race is when you know your race. All right. A bigot is someone who hates or don't like other races, discriminates and has all these issues. Well, I got so excited seeing when they invited back to me. They was like, "It's 100 years since the stock market crashed in 1929, and it's hitting." And Jeffrey and them caught it. They caught it on the plane. They caught the 250th anniversary. They caught so many things. What's the thing that they had where he had the military down the street? Oh my goodness! It was another anniversary. Oh, the anniversary of the military. They sat in that plane and on that island and mapped this shit out to go down exactly right. We're looking at Project Manifesto, Project 2025, but no. The numbers no. But I can't wait to give these numbers to Tamika. But I can't wait to see what my first post will be tomorrow. Let's get to busy. 50, 56, 15, 22, 64, 10. I'm telling y'all, Tamika's going to come back with something. And I have to say this, I can't go without it. Vesey. I'm going to bed, right? Vesey says, play the numbers. Play the two-way numbers. Three-way numbers, four-way numbers. Because those are state numbers, and you're playing with your state agents. And, excuse me, Vesey says, the garbage still has to be picked up. I added, our water still has to be cleaned. And the stock market ain't got nothing to do with that. They ain't gonna get in there. They ain't gonna get interest to do that. It's called. Oh, it's not okay. Oh, Anna, it's not okay. It's not okay. What? And what did you say, Anna? It's called Millie. Oh, I don't know what Millie is. Anyway, so, but thanks for coming through. So here it is. So, Demographies we say play 5-6-1-5, but you see that's 2-5, so you can put 5-5-6-1, and you always combine it and stuff like that. Then because Vesey hit the number, I don't even think there was a stock market in 1799 when Vesey hit the number. Anyway, then this is curious. Right after that, 202. 202. 220. That's a smooth three-way number. Yeah. Combination, you're going to hit both ways. But this is the one here that's on the end at 6410, which technically is 1010. But you got to be in numerology to know that. But you can just play it as, oh, Anna, you said my channel? I don't know what your channel is. 6410. Denmark Vesey would say, play just like this, 6410. And tomorrow, Money Market Monday, all those code words went out, all that inside trading information went out. They gonna be hitting that stock market, Y'all hit the state lottery agents. Y'all put your numbers there. The state wins just by you playing. You win just by playing, and you get extra money if you hit. But you're winning as soon as you give it there. Soon as you say to your state lottery agent, I want X amount of dollars or so. You win. Because your garbage will be picked up and your water be cleared. And the stock market don't get nothing like that. The stock market, I see it in my head. I wish I could describe better. Like a big purse that only wealthy European people can reach in and take the money out. And this is the weeding of the rich people. So to crash that market in 2029 will show you like the Elon's muscles will fall off. Like Elon would be throwing himself off the roof. Peter Thiel would be throwing himself off the roof. Who's that other one? Ugh, ugh, with the big ears. Is that the Peter Thiel or the Palantir guy or whatever all those Asperger patients are? But yeah, that's gonna happen in 2029. So we got a lot of exciting stuff happening. That's what the numbers are telling me. Let's see what Tamika says. Again, our numbers tonight from the Dim-Off VC6 number shake is 5615, 22, 22, 22. That must be something else played. 202 I've been trying to say. I kept saying 22. And it's not. It's 22. And then 6410, which is 10 and 10, but 6410. And I thank you all for coming to the Dim-Off VC6 number shake. Thank you new subscribers. Thank you old subscribers. Thank you replay crew. Thank you window watchers. I hope these numbers work for you. And of course, I see I haven't played. My daughter takes my numbers out, but I haven't played the numbers in a while, so I don't know how early you can put in the numbers. I don't know, like they include what they shut down at 11 o'clock at night, way longer than the stock market. Way longer than the stock market. They open earlier and they stay open way later. And when you do play your numbers or the lottery, like I said, if you play your state lotteries, that's lovely. If you play the big numbers like Mega Million and Powerball and stuff like that, they are owned and controlled by the red states. And they're the ones that mainly win. I used to be so disappointed when I was younger. I said, what are we going to win in New York? What are we going to win in Connecticut? Never. They don't control that Mega Million. They don't control the Powerball. So, that's that. That in itself. Okay. That, the Mega Million and the Powerball is like the stock market. They control it. I'm saying the Ashkenazis, the rich European stuff like that. They control it, and they release it to you when they feel like it. And in the meantime, you're taking your money and you're throwing it in it. And in the meantime, they're taking out the backside, the money out the backside, and you don't even know it. I tell you, numbers are so great. Numbers. And I had another bit. Also, oh my gosh, I'm saying too late. Also, the reason why the numbers, but before the stock market, people was doing the numbers. They used to call it the stars, playing the stars, because the stars are infinite, and so are the numbers. So if you feel any kind of way, because I felt kind of way, like gambling, it's not. It's counting the stars. These are stars that we counted. And take them stars to your state lottery agent tomorrow and see the stars shine on you. Vicky, this is Dim-Off VC, 6 number shade. Thank you for coming, and I'll see you next Sunday. Have a great week.